Hello, everybody, and welcome to another exciting edition of Living at Your Highest Quality of Life with the doctors that inspire wellness. I'm Dr. Dan Nitis.
Dr. Jessica Hutchins, hi.
Great to be with you guys. 216-965-9303 is our phone number, 216-965-9303 for anything that you need.
Hold on, we're just trying to make sure that we really are live.
Yep. We are
Yes,
live.
we are live. Yay, we were
Yes.
having some technical difficulties. We figured it out. All
We
right,
have
awesome.
figured it out. Oh, the doctors and staff at Inspire Wellness have figured it
All
out.
right, it wasn't us. Yeah.
Okay. 216-965-9303. Functional medicine, IV therapies, peptides, sauna, ozone, medical cannabis, whatever we can do.
And I still say therapy should be a part of all that.
And what?
Therapy.
And therapy, of course. Anyway, great to be with you. Happy, healthy New Year, of course. We are very excited today to talk about BPC-157, which is another peptide that we've been using to help patients heal and advance their health. But before we do, happy anniversary.
From the mountain man.
You're looking like you don't know what I'm talking about.
I'm just looking at your beard.
So anyway,
Yes, happy anniversary, 9
January
years.
15th, 2018 was the day we started. We are now in year 9. Wow is correct. And as we like to do on our anniversaries, we like to give back to you all. And so we've been working with patients on peptide therapy well into this past year. And so we want to actually look at peptides as a way of giving back. And so what we've decided to do, if you are a patient and you are getting any peptide from us, so any peptide at all, and you purchase a peptide package in January, February, or March, we will put your name into the drawing. 3 people will be chosen from that random drawing and each receive 1 month of their peptide at no charge. So we will give you a month for free. That's a pretty nice.
That is.
That's a nice deal.
I
like
think
that.
you would make a great game show host. Have you ever thought about that?
When I retire, I'm going to take over on Wheel of Fortune.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
But anyway, so thank you for that. I
Yeah,
do appreciate
yeah.
that. But so a couple things. One is, yes, we really want to be able to give that back. And so if you get peptides in January, February, March, the beginning of April, we'll draw 3 names, and those people will be notified, and they will get their peptide
Yep.
for the month at no cost. But we continue with the anniversary savings because we want to continue to give you back. And so if you're in office and you get your supplements from us, supplements are 10% off always. So we always want to try to give back to you guys.
And then also, we're still running the NAD special. I think it's been a whole year. I think we started
Yep.
that last January.
Yep, still going.
And
still
there's
going
been
strong.
so much more uptake, and now that we have buy 4 get 1 free.
Yep.
That's what it is. Because 5 in a row seems to do way better than 4 in a row.
So there's a great opportunity to increase energy, heal the body. If you have any questions about this, just give us a call. You can speak to Michelle or Kim or Nicole. They'll be happy to talk to you about that. If you're new to the peptide conversation, well, we're going to be talking to you about another one today, which is BPC, B as in boy, P as in Paul, C as in Charlie, 157. Amazing from a gut healing perspective, and if you're healing from an injury. So if you're an athlete, even if you're a non-athlete and you have an injury, this seems to be a tool that we can use to expedite healing. So
Yep.
I'll let you talk.
Yeah, so I'll just talk for a few minutes about it. So it was isolated from our stomach acid juices originally.
Right.
So it's just something natural that's found primarily in the stomach lining and the gastric juices. And most of the peptides we get are technically synthetic, but they're bioidentical, man-made peptides, identical to what's normally in your body.
Right.
And so stomach is probably 50% of how it's used is just for stomach. So for our purposes in functional medicine, leaky gut, it really helps heal the barrier, the
Right.
stomach lining and the gut lining. And for people who just are still doing all the things, maybe they figured out they have food sensitivity to gluten and dairy, and they stopped that. Maybe they figured out they had a yeast overgrowth and they treated that, but they still can't get to be really 100% symptom free.
Yep.
And so this would be a great addition for somebody like that. I wouldn't necessarily use that off the bat without any dietary changes or anything, because it's not like you absolutely need it, but for resistant cases, absolutely. And there are more and more and more resistant cases. 20 years ago we used to just take people off gluten and treat yeast, and 99% of people were better, but it's just way more complicated now. So I'm glad we have this tool, and it is an injection primarily. I don't know if you said that, but
Nope.
It can be oral. They sell a lot of it oral. Remember though that at least in our opinions, the only use of oral really should be for gut. And we aren't even using oral. We're using all injections now, but the oral is not going to get absorbed very well. So to use it for healing an injury is not really the best idea. Injections work much better, but again, we're just using injections for everything now. And so in addition to the stomach healing and leaky gut healing, it's really used in the bodybuilding world and just in orthopedics in general to repair musculoskeletal injuries. So ligament injuries, bone to ligament, or bone to tendon, muscle injuries, things like that. And so acute injuries, you want to dose it probably twice a day, and you want to inject it right around the site. So let's say you think you might have strained your shoulder a little bit, you can just put the injections all around here. And for something like that, I mean, you could do just a couple injections and that could be all you need.
Right.
But you could do up to 4 to 8 weeks too. And for gut healing, probably an 8-week course is a good idea of every single day giving yourself an injection. And the typical dose is about 500 micrograms, and that's what we've been using so far. If you have chronic musculoskeletal injuries that just maybe, like, I don't know, something's been nagging at you for a couple years. It's not as bad as it used to be when you first injured it, but it's still something you can feel. Something like that might take a little bit longer than an acute injury. And for acute injuries, it's not a substitute if you need surgery, obviously. It's not some magical thing that's going to put things back together. But what it does is it increases blood flow, it increases healing properties, any kind of wound healing properties. But the blood flow is a big deal because then it can surround the healing tissue with all the nutrients it needs from just your body and your bloodstream. There is only one side effect. We've never seen side effects, knock on wood, but if you read about it, there's one theoretical reported side effect to be concerned about, and because it makes new blood vessels, it in theory could make more blood vessels to a tumor if you already have cancer growing in you. So as of now, we're not using it in people with known cancers, and again, it's just a theoretical risk.
But
Who
if
knows
you have
if
a
that
history
really-
of it or in remission, we would say that would.
I don't think there's any problem with
Right.
that. Yeah,
Yep.
I don't think at all. So again, gut healing, musculoskeletal, acute injuries, chronic injuries, and it can work really well. Like for example, say you have an injury, you really need a steroid shot. That's going to be the treatment of care with your orthopedic guy. You do that, and then you start BPC right after that. And then that's going to really speed up the healing. And if you're in the world of bodybuilding, which I don't know much about, you probably don't either.
What do you mean?
I guess you...
What? Are you kidding? Oops.
Anybody who makes a muscle arm through a big
Sweater.
sweater is probably hiding something. Oh my God. Anyway,
Thanks.
if you do it right after the steroid injection or even right after some kind of surgery, it's just going to really expedite the healing. And then you can get to the gym faster, or you can get to your normal workout routine faster, which a lot of people, athletes, bodybuilders, etc., that's really important. So the other thing that we didn't talk about yet that it's good for, it's neuroprotective. So in a situation like a concussion, I think it's a great thing to use. So cardiac protective, neuroprotective, gastric protective, and musculoskeletal protective. So it's pretty, it's
Pretty
probably
extensive.
the most broad spectrum peptide. And out of all of the, probably hundreds of expert doctors who are using peptides and have been using peptides for decades, this is hands down their favorite. Like over and over again, I've heard lectures of different people who are asked, what's your one favorite peptide? If you could only take one peptide to an island, what would it be? And it's this over and over and over again. And you don't need anything wrong with you necessarily to get benefits from it too. So some biohackers are just using this like for maybe a 4-week course every year, let's say, just to help heal whatever's going on. Because we all have little injuries, all the
Sure.
time. So that's pretty much the sum of it. So very little, if no side effects at all. tiny little insulin syringe injection every day for 8 weeks, something like that, and that's it. So I don't know. I want to start it. I don't know if you want to take it just for fun.
And I've been doing 5 on, 2 off, but you can do every day. So there's some
Right. Yeah.
variability
Yeah.
with it.
So
But
definitely
you can do it
variability.
daily, but you can vary that.
Yep. And there's a lot of different protocols out there, and there's no one size fits all for sure. So it just depends. But it's just really exciting that we have this thing that's pretty harmless, you know, to help heal things that had a hard time healing before.
Absolutely, that's awesome. So lots of new peptides that Inspire Wellness is incorporating into practices. If you have specific questions that we can answer, please reach out. If you want to make an appointment to talk to us about what are the options available to you, and obviously depending on what your current medical conditions are, happy to sit down and go over all that. So thank you. Anything else from that?
Do you think
or
the
other
needle
peptides?
is too big for you to?
I could do it.
So,
Sub-Q?
okay, if he can do it,
No-
he's
no
a little
problem.
bit afraid of
Hey, I had
needles.
blood drawn today for my labs.
Oh, yeah?
So
How'd that
it's
go?
Great.
You didn't
Ask
pass
him.
out?
Nope.
All right.
No passing
Woo.
out. All that did great.
If he
I
can
think.
do it, anyone can do it, guys.
Definitely. Before we are signing off, I just want to wish Michelle at our front desk, Michelle Levy, has a milestone birthday tomorrow. Michelle has been with Inspire Wellness essentially from
Years.
the beginning. Came in and saw you as a patient, asked for a job. And that was like March or April of 2018. So this ride,
Oh, that's
she's
a
had a
long
front
time.
row seat for this, and I would, and I know I speak for you as well. I just want to first wish you, Michelle, happy, healthy, incredible birthday and year starting tomorrow, and really just want to say how deeply, deeply appreciative we are for everything you do for Inspire Wellness, for me, for Jessica on a personal level. Really glad to have you on the team, and it has meant a lot that you looked out for us all these years and continue to do so. So with an amazing amount of gratitude, we wish you the happiest birthday tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, we often say that we feel like angels were just dropped into our laps here at Inspire Wellness to help us through. So she
Angel
would
Gabriel,
be one of those.
Kim, Michelle,
Nicole.
Kristen, Michelle, Nicole,
Right. Lots
all
of them.
these angels that just kind
So
of
thank you. We can't say it enough.
Yeah, we really greatly appreciate you. So, on that note, we hope that your year is off to an amazing start. And again, if there's anything that we can do to get you on the righteous path, 216-965-9303 is our phone number. Please call us and let us know how we can help. And remember, it's your time to thrive. Let us inspire you. Love you guys. Thank you so much for keeping this dream
Bye.
alive, and look forward to working with you for another year and other years to come.
Maybe 10? Bye, everybody.
Bye.